or he had like his whole following blocked from seeing his stories. I'm standing there, I turn around, and this man is pulling up. Really, why are you telling other girls that you think they're cute? Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna. If you're new here, if you're not new here, welcome back. In today's video, we are on episode 2 for my healing diaries. We're back with episode 2. So I'm just gonna do like a brief recap of episode 1, and then we're gonna get right into what I want to talk about today. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. I will catch you guys in the video. Alright, y'all, so we are back with episode 2. I love doing this low-key. It low-key is giving like podcast vibes. Basically, to recap what was talked about last time for episode 1. So I basically went over everything that happened within my relationship. Maybe not every single thing, but mostly. And then I talked about how I started to heal from it. And if you guys haven't watched it, just go watch it. So that would be episode 1. And then so in this episode, that was a really short recap. I'm so sorry. I don't want to say something that I didn't say because I really don't remember everything I said in that video. But I definitely did talk about what happened in my relationship, like the red flags and all that. So for today, I'm gonna talk about why I stayed longer than I should have, and like hopefully this will like help people who think that they can't leave or think that they can't separate from that person. I feel like this would be a good way to, you know, help. So we're just gonna recognize and understand the red flags. Why I stayed longer. So there were a lot of moments where I wanted to be done, or I felt like this person is not for me, but I still stayed. One, I feel like I stayed because I truly felt like I had a bond with that person, and I honestly couldn't see myself without them. And I wouldn't say it was more so like I needed them for anything. It was more so like I have this person to talk to. I had like, this person is here, like they're always here. Especially like in the beginning of our relationship, he was in the military, so in the beginning he was very close, like 20 minutes away, and then there were times where he went away, so he would be like hours away, and then, you know, when the infidelity happened, he was 15 hours ahead of us. So it was just a lot of, I felt like I just had that person. Like I could text you, I could call you, I could FaceTime you, I can do whatever. And I felt like that's where it was like hard for me to leave. Like if I did see a red flag, it's like, I don't want to stop talking to you because I built this bond with you, and like I actually want to be here. So I would say like as far as our like my emotional attachment to this person, it was very, very, very high, very strong. So it was difficult for me to not want to be with them, not want to talk to them. And I would tell him a lot, like I have like an attachment to you. Like when we go a little bit without talking, like it actually kind of hurts. Unless he's like working or something. I never like stressed if he was working, but if you're just randomly like not responding, then that's where it's like, what are you doing type of thing. Next, I'm gonna identify like the warning signs. I feel like there's like different red flags with everybody though, so don't like go specifically off of my scenario, but some red flags that I noticed in the beginning definitely was that he would tell me a lot of stories about other females that he's been with, like literally first day that were like speaking. There's one time we hung out with some of his friends and he was talking about his ex and like, oh, how that was his first love and all this stuff. Like, you think I really want to hear that? So I feel like that was a little bit of a red flag. And then I would say the fact that like there was red flags later on, like the fact that I didn't ever meet his family in person, and we had multiple opportunities to do so. That was a red flag. I felt like another red flag was like once we got deep in it, he stopped posting. Like he deleted all his stuff off Instagram and then was like basically like, oh, I don't use Instagram anymore type of thing. But you were using it heavily when I met you. And then he also was using TikTok heavily when I met him, like posting on there. And then he kind of stopped doing all that once he met me. And then, you know, later on, I think I told you guys this in my last video, that he had me blocked, or he had like his whole following blocked from seeing his stories. So anytime he barely posted, but anytime he did post and he posted me, nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. I didn't find that out until I had his account from when all this stuff happened. That's when I had his account, and then I was like going through the settings and stuff, and then I seen that, and yeah. So yeah, that was a red flag. And then what else would I say? Also, a red flag was not communicating at some points. Like, there would be like random weekends. There was a few times this happened where on a Friday night, he would be like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. We're gonna be like doing this, this, and this. This is where I'm gonna be. Okay, cool. Cool, you're letting me know like where you're gonna be and stuff like that. Okay, cool. And then I wouldn't, it was one time, it was like a Christmas party or something. And it was super late. It was probably like, he was supposed to come over after the party because I didn't live too far from where he was at. So he was like, oh, I'll come after or whatever. It's like 11, 12, 1, 2. I'm texting him like, are you still coming? What are you doing? And I'm getting no reply. Then my messages stop sending. So little old me, I had his location. This is like the crazy stuff. Like I don't want to come off crazy, but like don't do that. So I drove to where he was at and I saw his car. Right, I saw his car. There was like people outside. He was outside. And like as soon as I saw him, I like turned around and went the other way so they didn't see me. I like stayed like down the street a little bit just to see, because like, why are you not answering? His phone could have been dead. Yes. Could have been dead. But it's like, you're at somebody's house. You could easily get a charger. You could like text me on somebody else's phone, like something. Because you said you were going to be on your way. Or I don't know. Did he say he was going to be on? I don't know. By that time, I really don't know. So then I drive back around. His car's gone. So now he's not there anymore. And now I'm looking for him. Now my messages are sending. They're saying delivered, which means you charged your phone or turned your phone back on. I don't know what you did, but I noticed that, and he's just not answering. So now it's like, I did this whole thing where I talked to his friend. We tried to like find him. We tried to have somebody call him. It was just a whole thing. And then the next morning, so he was supposed to sleep over, and then we were supposed to go like shopping the next day. The next morning, I'm like, well, I'm still going to the mall, so that is what it is. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got up, I got ready, because I think I was gonna go to like Target or something before I went to the mall, because the mall opened at like 10. So I got up at 7, I showered, like I took my time getting ready, all that. So once I left my house and started driving, this man was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He texted me back like, oh, I'm so sorry about yesterday, blah, 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 blah. That was a red flag. I'm like, bro, and there was like after, that was the first incident. After that, he kept doing it and doing it and doing it, like randomly, just not responding, not answering back. And that started to bother me because it's like, what are we doing? Are we taking this seriously or are we not? And then I'll say another one was when he told me that so we had both like decided to do therapy or whatever, because we had, at this point, this moment that I'm talking about, we had broken up before. We had broken up because he said he didn't know if he could do long distance. He went overseas, and I should have listened to him when he said it, but you know, I kept, I guess, pressing the situation and like wanting to still be together even though he was going to be overseas, because for me, if I'm in love with somebody, I didn't see like an issue with it for real. So I was like we're going to be fine. Like I know that I'm not going to do anything if I'm in a relationship with you. So when he came back, we were like working on being back together or whatever. So we were both in therapy. Well, not when he came. Okay, let me not confuse y'all. So he went to Australia like for like a couple months, and during this time he found out that he was going to be going overseas. So then that's when he texted me like, oh, I think we should just be done. Mind you, while he's in Australia, he didn't talk to me for like a month and a half. So because like maybe the first couple weeks is when he was speaking to me, and then after that he stopped talking to me because he needs to figure out if he could be with me when he went overseas. Anyway, so once he came back from Australia, we were supposed to be like getting things back or whatever. So I was in therapy, he was in therapy. Well, I was in therapy because of him just breaking up with me randomly and then saying that he just needs to figure out if he wants to be with me when he goes overseas. Like that in itself did a lot to my mental. So there's that. So when he came back, I'm sorry, I keep saying this. When he came back, he basically, there was one day where he was like, oh, like I have therapy or whatever. I'll like text you after or whatever. Why? So I go to Wingstop, right? I get inside. I order my food. I'm standing there. I turn around and this man is pulling up. And literally, right before he pulled up, he texted me like, "Oh, I have therapy. I'll text," or I don't know what he said, but he said that he was gonna be in therapy or whatever. So I turn around and he's pulling up behind me. I see a girl get out the car and then one of his friends that I knew at the time. I knew the girl afterwards, but like obviously I like met her after. But he pulls up with this girl in his car and one of his friends. They come inside and I'm just standing there like. And he's like, he hugs me. He's like, oh, like the therapy ended early. Huh? The therapy did not end early. Unless you told me late about it. But no, you just didn't go and you're trying to make it like you did. So that was another red flag for me. Like, you're just lying for no reason. And mind you, we were talking about wings right before he said he had therapy. We were talking about wings and I was like, oh, I should go get some. So I go and I see him there. So then after that, he was like, because we were supposed to hang out that day, like later on that day. So then he was like, oh, like we'll just, he was like, I'll just let you know like if I'm still gonna come or whatever, because he was hanging out with his friends at this point. So I'm like, bro, like whatever. That was another red flag. I'm sure I could tell you guys a million stories about different red flags, but let's move on to the next part. So a lot of these red flags just got overlooked because I liked him, and that was really it. And honestly, that's my fault. I'm trying, as far as like in today, like today, January 18th, I am doing my best to, like, when I am talking to somebody, to not overlook like red flags. Like, I've come across a few people that giving me straight red flag after red flag after red flag, and I was like, yeah, see ya, like we're done, thank ya. So yeah, just don't overlook it. Like, if you see something that's not sitting right with you, just be done with it. That way, because if I would have been done with like off rip, because even before he even asked me to be his girlfriend, there was problems. Like, there was literally this thing where Christmas Day, I'm telling y'all mad stories, and at this point, it is what it is. Like, y'all are gonna hear my story, it is what it is. So on Christmas, the first Christmas that we had together, which was in 2022, because that's when I met him, we went to my aunt's house, and this is his first time meeting my family, blah blah. So we're playing this game. I forgot what the game was, but it was like a card game where you like read the cards and you have to do what it says or whatever. So basically it was like or look at your person next to you's phone or something crazy like that. So I look at his phone or messages. It was something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I grabbed his phone. He let me. I went to Instagram or something, and I went to like his DMs, and he had DM'd some girl like literally like probably a couple days before. And mind you, we had started talking in August. And when I start talking to somebody, I'm like usually like super loyal. Like, once I feel that it's serious, which at that time I wasn't talking to anybody else, so it was really just him. Like, when we met in August, so August, September, October, November, December, at that point we had been talking for 4 months. So really, why are you telling other girls that you think they're cute? I mean, listen, I know some people might look at that differently, like we're not actually together, which is what I kept trying to tell myself, like, we're not actually together, so maybe I shouldn't be as upset. But in the same token, don't do that. So I saw that he was calling another girl cute, and then he had like other stuff in his phone from like a long time ago of like other females. And I was just like, why do you still have this? And then like, why are you calling this girl cute? And it just bothered me. And then he was like saying that he would never do it again, blah, blah, blah. Listen to him. That was the first problem we had. And I should have been gone right after that. But no, I stayed, and then we ended up dating like right after that. Like, he asked me to be his girlfriend like a week later. That was a red flag that I really, really ignored. And if I didn't overlook that, I would have been straight. So just don't overlook any red flags, y'all. All right, so next we're going to talk about the difference between emotional attachment and alignment. So I would say that emotional attachment is more about like forming a deep connection or bond with that person. If you see me looking over here, I wrote this stuff down, y'all. I would say that alignment is more about like the shared values and like the goals that you have. So for me, and maybe sometimes compatibility, but I low-key don't like that word because that man was using that word so much. Like, oh, we're not compatible, we're not this, we're not that. But it's more like we are, you're just not trying to do it. Like, I don't know, it was weird. So I would say that emotional attachment can definitely cloud your judgment because you are really just going based off how you feel and not like, you know, the goals, the shared values. But for me, I would say that person, like, we did have shared values, we did have shared goals, like as far as where we wanted to be later on in life and like what we wanted together. Like we would talk about that stuff all the time. So I honestly felt like we were aligned, and then like randomly this man's like, oh, we're not compatible. So I don't freaking know, but it basically just means that both people are on the same page as far as alignment goes. And then emotional attachment is just forming deeper connections and emotional bonds with that person. So yeah, I would say that it can definitely cloud your judgment on how long you're with that person and stuff like that. So be aware. Make sure that you talk to your person about like their goals, their what they value in life, like all that. And see, like there are a lot of moments where we did like connect on like what we valued or what morals we had or whatever, and then later on he would like do like the opposite, and like it would be like, you just said you do this but you're not doing it. So I don't know. Next we're going to talk about lessons learned. So obviously I've learned a lot of lessons in that relationship, like a lot. I learned to not give myself to somebody wholeheartedly without them like showing me over and over and over again why I should. And I believe that now, like now that I'm 28, like I believe that matching energy is so real. Like if somebody is not matching your energy or doing things that you would do for them, just don't even waste your time. Like just don't even waste your time. Just move on. It is what it is. Like there are a million people in this world. There's more than a million. There's like a billion, trillion, whatever. There's a lot of people in this world who will literally bow down and do whatever. Not bow down. That's a little extreme. But, you know, do whatever it takes to be with you. Like, and not put your relationship at jeopardy at all. So definitely keep that in mind. And I would say some tips or advice for people who are in similar situations. Don't let a bond you have with somebody cloud what's really going on. Like really look at it and be like, I like to be like, if I had a daughter or a son, would I want them to go through this? Would I want them to feel like this? Or even like my brother. I can use my brother. Like if he was in like a bad situation with someone, like would I want him to be upset? Or my parents? Like, no. Like you wouldn't do that, so don't do it to yourself. And I like to do that a lot because then that makes me like look at it in a different perspective, like from the outside looking in type of thing, instead of like being in that like being in it, if that makes sense. So that's my advice. I really hope that you guys got some tips and some insight from this. I'm really excited about this. I don't know how many episodes I'm gonna do, but this is episode 2. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And make sure you guys comment down below anything that has to do with this video and any questions you might have, or, you know, just telling me your story if that's the case too. I'll be very open to listening because I know what it feels like, especially when you're like fresh out of a breakup. I'm not really fresh out, but yeah, just being done with somebody that you were with for a long period of time, or just wanting to be out but you're not type of thing. And see, also before I close out, I'm sorry, there were a lot of moments where I'm like, this person is still a good person. Like I would try to like convince myself that this person is still a good person for me, Like, they could be a good person to strangers or whatever, but they might not be a perfect fit for you, and that is okay. And that is something that I had to wrap my head around. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I might have feel like I just wasted so much time on this person, but in the end I really didn't. I learned a whole bunch of things that I can bring to my next relationship and things that I won't bring to my next relationship. So it's like a win-win type of thing, and it just lets you like sit back and really reflect on yourself and things that you're accepting into your life and into your path, and just know that God literally has a plan for you. So don't think that you just have to settle and that you won't ever get anything else, because that's not true. God will not take something away from you and not replace it 10 times better or 100 times better. So definitely don't settle. Don't think that you can't leave a situation because you think that you're not going to find anybody or whatever the case may be. Don't do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in episode 3. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button, and I'm going to catch you guys in my next video.